Back to our home. This is my wonderful wife Sonica. My name is Christian. Today we're going to be talking about mismatching. One of the things that often create communication breakdowns in relationship is if one or both of you is a mismatcher. So for example, do you remember that time, that was last Monday when we were downtown for lunch and we ran into our friends? Remember?
That wasn't Monday. Must have been Wednesday? Wednesday. And it wasn't lunch, it was dinner, actually.
All right, well, okay, good. We were downtown Wednesday for dinner. And remember, we had pizza and we hung out with our friends.
I hate pizza. We didn't have pizza. You wanted to have pizza, and we ended up changing it to Chinese food.
Right, and then, we hung out with those guys and then we went home, I don't know, around 8, I think.
No, it was much later than that. I think it was 10, because I was really tired that night.
So normally when this happens, the mismatcher will keep a straight face. And the person who's talking, which is me, I'm trying to tell something that is important to me. I don't really feel very heard. It feels kind of like I'm being criticized.
So mismatchers are people who process information by looking for what doesn't fit about something that you're saying. And so they can look to other people like they're correcting, they're not listening, they're looking for the exception, they're arguing. And really it's just their way of processing information and getting it in. And it can be really frustrating for couples in relationship when one person is a mismatcher and the other is a matcher, which we were kind of demonstrating here quickly, where he was more matching whatever I said and I was mismatching whatever he said.
So it feels like there's this perpetual correction game going on. There's always somebody being corrected, typically the same person by the same person.
And it has the person who's trying to talk, right? In this instance, where Christian's trying to share something, he doesn't get to feel received and the message doesn't get across. So if you find yourself in a relationship with a mismatcher, or perhaps both of you are mismatchers in a relationship, there's a couple of things you can do. One, if you notice you're a mismatcher, you can actually practice matching. For example, if that was me in this exercise, I would look for what was a match. So it wasn't Monday lunch, but what was a match was getting together with our friends. So I can look for and match that, yes, we did get together with our friends. The other thing you can do if you find yourself in a relationship with a mismatcher is you can say something that their mind can then mismatch. Like, I know you probably won't agree with this, but. Or you might not appreciate all of this, but.
Or I could have said, I know you probably won't remember all of this, but last Monday.
And then my mind as a mismatcher can say, oh yes, I will. I'll remember, or yes, I'll look for that. I can do that. It will actually give their mind something to wrap around so they can then return to really hearing what you have to say. It's a very powerful observation for couples to be able to make if they can notice mismatching and matching in a relationship and not take personally when the other person is mismatching or matching. So I would encourage you to explore that in your own relationship. Look to see if one of you is more a matcher, looking for what's the same, or one of you is a mismatcher.
Blessings to you all. Have fun with that.
Yeah, blessings.